What emotional states are you habitually letting govern your thoughts? What emotional state are you usually living from? We'll be looking at the power of your emotional states, especially during times of chaos. Today on this week's episode of Our Waking Dream, I am your host, Coco Swanson. Thanks for being here. If you're new here, welcome. Each week on this podcast, on this show, I go over one basic astrology theme that's moving through the week, and I try to explain it in a way that's beginner friendly. This said, that's a challenge for me, so let it be an astrology wash each week if you're new. The second half of the show, I go over a few inquiry questions to bring into your journal, and I go over 2 practices, different each week. So this is my show, and over on my site, there's a whole ecosystem of support. I'm building a library of meditations and somatic exercises, journal promptings to allow for you to have more governance and authority, authorship in your life. That's a leadership studio. I have a solutions lab that's free every other week. So check it out. Links below. Okay, this week, what are we talking about? It's Uranus in Gemini. 2 degrees, will be squaring the north and south node on June 11th, and we're working up to that right now. We're in that window right now. And so anything that we do to further that dynamic, which I'll decipher all of this in a minute, but you'll really be advantageous for your life during this window. Yet, if you're here after that date, the practices that I suggest, if you fast forward to the second half, will be advantageous for you, especially in any time of chaos, which seems to be the case on planet Earth right now. So you can try this whenever you listen to this. This said, let's talk astrology. Uranus. I'm going to keep it real simple. Oftentimes I'll expand into the metaphor of the planets and the signs a lot, but I'll be talking about a T-square. So there are lots of ingredients. So I'm going to simplify it. Uranus, the grand awakener, lightning bolt awakening, is in Gemini. It's at the beginning of its transit. It's a long transit, 7 years. So right now it's a rude awakening in Gemini. Gemini is about information, communication. So we can expect awakenings, like a lightning bolt in information. So each day, what might that look like? It might be news, surprising news in your own life. It might be surprising and exciting news or disruptive news in your work or in the world on the scroll. So we want to keep an eye out for this, especially during this next 12 days. Between now and June 11th is this window of real turbo power with this square, because Uranus is in a dynamic, transformational relationship with the nodes of fate. And what those do, simply put, is it changes the arrow from what's your fated destiny, that's fated through your conditioning, your cultural conditioning, your familial conditioning, the shoulds and shouldn'ts of your life, your emotional baggage, and like our collective trauma as a species. We'll think that's fate, that we just keep going in that arrow. That's fate. We're fated to do that. It has maybe a lot more suffering, a lot more constriction, a lot more fear. Anytime we do karmic work and dharmic work, it's when we work the nodes, that's how we name that in astrology, is we can move the arrow of our fate into a more joyful, embodied, light-filled, aligned, soul-aligned destiny. Big stuff. The nodes of fate. So Uranus, grand awakener, squaring the nodes of fate. Yes, that means we can change our destiny. In the next 12 days, we can always change our destiny, right? We can always do the healing work, the transformational work to change our status quo internally and externally, to align with universal truth and love more and joy or whatever it is you want to align with. But right now, it's an extra powerful time to do this. Well, let's talk about where the north and south nodes are right now, because that really points to what practices might serve us. The south node's in Virgo. Virgo likes things in order. Well, in times of chaos, somebody that loves order is going to constrict and tighten. Well, when we constrict and tighten, so does our perception, so do our ideas, so does what we can attract. So therefore, we want to keep an eye out when we get tight and constricted. And that alone is a sign that we're ready for a little transformational exercise, even as simple as a breath. Our north node is in Pisces right now. Well, Pisces does well with the flow, with love, with forgiveness, with acceptance, with divine connection. So it's transcendence. It's let's simplify it, Cokes. It's, we'll say trusting surrender. So right now, when you find information, when information hits you, that's startling. That's what? I didn't expect that. Like, it can be good or bad, but if we deconstruct good or bad and just say startling, lightning bolt, paradigm shifting information comes, what does your body do? Does your body constrict or relax? Does it become more curious? Because if it's exciting news, it's like a yes, yes, yes excitement that my body is open and the neurons start firing. As soon as I constrict, I go back into those fear-based thoughts. And if we're engaging together, whoever we is, or we are, if it's you and me as friends, or say we're colleagues, or say we're a whole organization, if we receive startling information, are we constricting or are we relaxing? It's how are we letting the information we're receiving change our compass? Knowing, here's where we place in a little more Pisces, knowing that frequency is what the world is vibrating from. So let me simplify that into emotions are really important. Emotions are commanding. Our heart has a lot of power. I like to think of hearts like if I'm experiencing fear, it just like shrinks the power of my heart. If I'm experiencing exuberant joy and compassion, my ability as a creator being, it's like a Care Bears, and it increases and in magnetism and in amplitude, my power. And so really allowing the power of our emotions during times of chaos and change to be on the forefront, because they become more important than the information itself, especially as Uranus freshly in Gemini is squaring the nodes for their final hurrah, their last month in Pisces, the north node's in Pisces. So let's live it up with our vibe, with our surrendered trust. What does that look like in form? I'll be talking about that in a minute. But let's go big or go home with letting information into our system. And then we say, oh, no, I'm not going to just land in fear and stay in fear. I'm going to notice the fear and then do A through Z that allows my fear to release so that I can come back into a place of curiosity and trust on purpose. As a power move, as a revolutionary power move. That's a Uranus piece too, is let's be part of the revolution of love, of trust, of not letting this information in the world and in our lives destabilize us in a way that we shrink. So that's a goal. Some inquiry questions to bring to this time. What emotional state are you thinking from? And it's moment to moment. What information are you allowing to organize your world? This happens fast. I've been witnessing this in myself and others, where I'll have a startling piece of information drop in, and my emotional state is hijacked. And all of a sudden, my thoughts are doom looping in a matter of a millisecond with news that lands. How about yours? How does your world internally and externally reorganize when you hear so-called bad or surprising news? And what kind of thoughts do those emotions feed? Start to slow down. Observe yourself. Do you want to be hijacked by the emotions that you're feeling if they are at all thumbs down emotions? Thumbs down emotions would, more than likely make more thumbs down thoughts, connections. They constrict us. So bringing the power of emotions front and center. And what would change if you treated your inner landscape as something that greatly impacted your reality, your world, and the world, our world? We're all contributors to our vibe. So if I'm feeling fabulous and you're feeling fabulous, we can strengthen all of us, humans, with this being me, being an instrument of peace, of hope, rather than constricted in fear. If we all start do that together, that's where our revolution happens of love, of hope, of surrender. How are you in relation to all of this? And I suggest journaling about this, sitting with it, pondering it, and then letting that awareness weave throughout your day. In general, I find that I need to have a practice, be a macro practice, maybe 10 minutes, in order for it to start weaving throughout the day. Practice number 2, an intentional scroll. You bring your phone out on purpose. And this one, it's the intentional scroll is to see what happens when your emotions are hijacked by new information. That's the whole purpose. So you scroll until you experience something of discord, where you feel fear, outrage, you feel comparison, you're feeling less than. Then you stop. That's the information that you're wanting to bring in and turn it into the soma, into your body. So you stop, then put the phone down, the device down, bring your hands onto your body wherever you feel the constriction. This is a time where you allow your fear to be there. You allow the insecurity to be there. It's not needing to kick it out. In fact, that'll bring back more of it. It's the embrace. So your hands are really supportive, as if you're holding like a little baby, and you hold your own form and soften. While you soften, it's simply, I let go of, and then you name, are you letting go of fear? I let go of this insecurity. I embrace and I let go. I soften. Breathe with that. Be with it. Notice what happens in your body when you soften. This is to shift the awareness from your brain to your body, where your emotions are stored, and any emotions that might be similar to that which got triggered. So other places you've experienced insecurity or fear, that will be brought up in your scroll. So that's what we're after, in order to soften a layer of fear. So you be with it, breathe with it, and be curious what it feels like when it releases, physically feels like. And does it want movement? Does it want more breath? What does the sensation want to move? As you, I let go. I love mantra. Words are very powerful. So on a purposeful scroll where you're looking for something to trigger you, you pause, name the emotion that you feel, put down the phone, bring your hands on your body wherever you feel constricted. Just listen, know that you can't do this wrong. And then you simply repeat, I let go. I let go of whatever emotion it is, fear, confusion, insecurity, whatever it is, I let go. Soften. Notice what it feels like to soften. Notice over 1 to 3 minutes. That can feel like a long time if we're used to quick-paced living. But notice what happens 1 to 3 minutes when your body's allowed the space to soften. Afterwards, notice if you have more access to joy again, to curiosity. And that's it. That's that micro exercise. Purposeful scroll, especially powerful during this time when Uranus is squaring the nodes. Because the nodes of fate, again, anytime we do an exercise that's embodied by the metaphor of the astrology, it's like a virtual game. We level up. And in this one, our destiny can level up, which is, yeah. I mean, why not, right? Practice number 3, feeding possibility. We are always feeding the future in the present moment with our imagination and our emotions. What future are you feeding? Are you rehearsing worst case scenarios? Are you imagining best case scenarios or somewhere in between? And usually, at least for me, my imagination is really impacted by what I'm experiencing in the day. And if there's startling, alarming information in my life or in the world, that can hijack my ability to access curiosity and possibility. Feeding possibility while getting dressed in the morning. Let's go with that one. So weaving a practice into the day-to-day allows for that practice to become more easily integrated while you're getting dressed today. 1, I suggest you choose the most fun outfit that makes you feel like you, whatever that is in the day. That's an outfit suggestion. The actual practice is you play out best case scenarios for your own life. Like kinds of miracles, like maybe 100 miracles would have to happen in order for it to come true. Or you imagine as you get dressed, miracles for your family, miracles for your organization, possibility, purposefully planting possibilities while getting ready in the morning, getting dressed. While you're aligning with an outfit, it's like dress yourself in whatever outfit allows for you to feel the most free. Zero judgment of self. You're getting dressed and at the same time purposefully feeding possibilities of miracles for yourself, your people, and the world. Because what we focus on grows, and we all, in any moment of time, are impacting the future with our imagination. If you put some tunes on and get dressed while you're getting dressed, imagine best case scenarios, and you let those tunes guide you into feeling even better, that's extra credit. Because what we focus on grows. So as we feed and rehearse best case scenarios, we are it's like putting money in that bank account. We're investing in that future. We are always investing in a future, every present moment, by how we feel emotionally and what we're thinking about. So right now is a really powerful time. Times of chaos, we have more power to create change. And we don't have to look very far for chaos right now. And I don't see that stopping anytime soon. So allowing yourself to be more aware of your thoughts, more aware of your emotions, and purposefully playing and feeding possibility throughout your day is extra powerful right now. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of this week's episode. I'm doing a little dance over here if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on podcast, we can dance together. We don't even have to see each other. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Thank you. This is spreading organically. So I invite, if you love this, to review it, to like it, and to share it. Okay, till next week. Bye-bye. Thank you for being a part of our community here at Our Waking Dream. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Fill my cup and let it overflow. Let it overflow with love.